Tuesday, guys. we gotta have our taco song. Oh, I love it. Once I'm done, we'll share it so we can start. But I love this part. Okay, so that's my favorite part. That's my favorite. If we don't stop now, we just won't stop. And today, I need to share over to a couple of places so that they can watch us live too. So give me a second to share up, and then we're going to get started. So it's been, I don't know, I want to say it's been a couple of weeks since we've done a Taco About It Tuesday. So I'm really excited to hang out and just chat. So today, we're going to talk about, oddly enough, what motivates me, what keeps me going, what has kept me going. When I first started keto, why did I keto? What kept me on keto? And you know what motivates me to share my story, share my journey, have a group, all of these things. So I'm going to quick share to Nancy's group as well, because Nancy has got a little bit of stuff going on, and we're going to chit chat about that today as well. So let me just get it shared over to her group and to my group, and then we're going to get all started, and everybody can come join us at the same time live. Normally I don't do this. I usually wait until afterwards to share it out, but we have a couple things we're going to talk about today that I really want everybody in group to be able to be here live for, and it's been a while since we've done a Taco About It Tuesday. Okay, so we got her all shared up for everybody, and everybody's coming in. So we are ready to do Taco About It Tuesday. So the first thing I want to talk about today is, if you guys are joining in from Nancy's group, Keto for Real Life People, and if you're absolutely brand new, welcome. There's a whole bunch of new members in Nancy's group over the last couple of days. So I want to let you guys know, first of all, hi, I'm Dori, Colourful Keto with Dori. I also help out and moderate in Nancy's group, Keto for Real Life People. And she's got some personal stuff on the go right now. So I wanted to let you guys know quickly, if you're new to group and you have some questions, who can you tag? Okay, so I did make a post in Nancy's live this morning and give you guys all of the mod names so that you can tag them. So you can tag me either under Dori Lynn Marie Sonnenberg or Colourful Keto with Dori. You can tag Wende to help you either under her personal name Wende or under Keto Warrior Wende, Kathy Ashton, Jeanette. I can't remember Jeanette's last name, but it's in the post, and I will repost for you guys who you can tag and ask questions while Nancy's off and dealing with her family, because we love her, we got her, she's got all of our support, and she's dealing with her family in hospice, and there isn't anything in group that's more important than her family right now. So we got this. We can totally take care of each other. We love Nancy. I miss her too, but we have to let her do what she needs to do with her family, and if you guys need help in group, it's there. So you don't have to stress out. You don't have to worry. Everybody is still here to help you. And we got this. We got it. So let's first start by talking about when I started keto, because this one's a good story. And I know some of you know this one, and I think some of you don't yet. I never purposely found ketogenic diet. It kind of happened to me. A girlfriend of mine wanted to try the latest miracle shake, right? We know how that goes. You can lose 20 pounds in 20 weeks. And I, had 20 pounds to lose that I wanted to lose. And I agreed to order 1 month of the shake with her. And the day that the shake arrived, she phoned me and she was so excited. She's like, oh my God, Dori, you're going to love it. There's the whole diet that goes along with the shake. Okay, so I'm going to pause there for a moment. I'm going to let you let that sink in. And then I'm going to let you think, what would Dori do? What would Dori do? Now, the new Dori probably would have reacted differently. The old Dori, I swore at my girlfriend's face. I said, swears to her face. Followed up by, I think, something like, girl, if you want to be my friend, you better back up off me with that D word. Do you know me at all? Have you met me before? I don't do that. I don't diet. So that was kind of the roundabout crazy way that I found keto. She made me agree to watch one video, and I won't lie, it wasn't a great video. Even if I could find it, I don't think I'd ever tag it for you guys. It was a propaganda shake video, and it wasn't a great one, but it gave me a basis to look at and go, oh, okay, well, that kind of makes sense. You know what, that just makes sense to me. That sounds like I should be eating that way. And from there I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be me keto. I'm gonna do that. Although I will say, back then nobody spoke it to me in person. It was only online. Back then I was like, I'm gonna be like ketogenic. I'm gonna be like so keto. Like, I'm gonna be like the most keto that anybody ever was, because I didn't even know it was keto, right? Yay, Dori. If you go back to my very first welcome video on YouTube, you will hear me proudly tell people I will help them learn all about a ketogenic way of eating. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's great. But I didn't know anything. And I think that's kind of the start, was I didn't know anything. I think I knew less than nothing when I decided I was going to start. But one thing changed everything for me, because I won't lie, I knew, like, less than nothing, zero. It was sad, guys. If you think you're a newbie and you know nothing, I promise you know something, and you know something more than I did. just saying. Because, man, did I know, like, nothing. But the one thing I think that made all the difference in the world for me is I decided right away, this time it's not a diet. I'm not going on a diet. I'm not depriving myself. I'm going to learn to eat healthy. It's going to be fun. I'm doing this for me. And I think that was the one and only thing that actually pulled me through. Because I won't lie, I've never stuck to a diet for more than 3 days. Like, I feel terrible when I say it out loud, but it's the truth. Like, I can do really good for 3 days. 3 days. And then at the end of 3 days, I think, oh, but I missed this or I missed that. And I was such a good girl. I earned a donut. I totally have a donut. I can. And I never ate sustainably healthy. I would eat good for 2 or 3 days, and then I would do the classic. I would do this. Okay, so I've eaten healthy for like 3 days, and I didn't lose any weight yet. So clearly I can just eat donuts then, right? If you don't lose any weight in 3 days, like, I did really good. I ate healthy for like 3 whole days. I should be down like 5 pounds already. Like, hello. I ate healthy for 3 days. 3 days, dude. Do you know how long 3 days is? I should totally lose like 5 pounds. And when I didn't lose 5 pounds, I would give up. And I would decide, oh, well, you know what? Clearly, I'm never going to lose any weight. It doesn't really matter what I eat anyways. So I may as well just eat what I want. May as well eat what I want. If I'm going to be fat anyways, I may as well be fat and happy. Fat and happy, and eat what I want. So I never was able to maintain healthy anything ever. And this time, that was the only difference. I decided I'm not on a diet. I'm doing it. And I decided one other thing too. I decided I didn't have to do it all at once. I could make one healthy decision a day, and that made me a rock star. And I could celebrate, today I ate, instead of eating the English muffin today, I had the hash brown. I still had a hash brown, but a couple months later, I didn't have the hash brown either. But I allowed myself that. I can learn as I go. I can do as I go. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just learning to be healthy. I'm learning to eat a different way. And that's all that mattered to me. And I think for me, breaking right away the D word. Because as soon as I said I was going to start a new diet, I would binge. I would binge for a week, because I'm going to start a new diet on Monday. And, on Monday, I'm probably never going to have these things again, ever. So I better eat them all, right? Like order the pizza, get the Chinese, get the chocolate bars, get the chips, sit down all week long and eat all of the things because on Monday I'm going to eat healthy. And then guess how long that would last? Like 2 days, 3 days. And then I was right back into binge mode and it never stopped for me. That's how I ate. That's how I lived. So let me take a quick scroll because I'm seeing that we're getting some comments in, possibly questions. So let me take a peek and see. And hello, everybody. Hello, Misty. Hello, James on Instagram. Let me see who else do we have there while I'm in there. Oh, Witchy Mama. Hello, Witchy Mama. It's so nice to see you. Okay, so here we've got Crystal and we've got Candy and we've got Terry. Hello, ladies. Jennifer, Judy, Amanda. Okay, so Candy says, I've been stalled for almost a year now. I don't know what else to do or change short of being able to afford a coach. Also, I need to have labs done. I've never done any. So I guess it's something wrong. Let me see, click more. Okay, so I guess it's something wrong that I don't understand. It's about got me to the point of depression. It's hard helping others when I don't know how to help myself and I feel really, really defeated. Very thankful for you and Nancy. And yes, darling, we love you. We are so thankful for you and to share with you too. Now, I'm going to say this. Okay, so it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon to not lose any weight for that long. Wendy was in a 10-month stall before she lost 2 new pounds. I have lost no new weight since March of last year. So that's March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So I'm on 7 months. I haven't lost any weight in 7 months, but I'm down 2 pant sizes. I'm down another bra size and I'm down another shirt size. So the number on the scale doesn't always mean that things aren't changing. So the number one question I would ask you is your body changing? Is your clothes size changing? Because the scale may or may not reflect, but if you're still seeing other improvements, you might not be stalled. Stalled is only if nothing is changing, not your weight, not your size, none of that is changing. Aside from that, I would say there's probably something in your diet that shouldn't be. You might have an aversion to dairy that you didn't realize. There might be a certain kind of vegetable that you have an aversion to. It could be sweeteners. If you're using sweeteners, you could be having, an aversion to a specific type of sweetener. What I would say is, 1, do you track your food? And if you do, send me an idea, post in group of what you're eating each day, and let's take a look. Are you getting enough fats? Are you getting enough for too much protein? Are you getting enough fluids? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you under a lot of stress? All of these things will affect your weight loss. And I will tell you, you can be doing absolutely everything right and be under a lot of stress and not lose weight just because you're under a lot of stress. Our body requires a lot of really specific elements together to be able to lose weight. So if you're eating good, but you're not sleeping, if you're sleeping well, but you've been eating kind of off plan, if all of these factors really tie in together as to whether or not we're losing weight. But I'm going to say, let's get into it. Let's break it down. Post it on group for me. And then we can really, really chat about it because it's not just you, Candy. It's not just you. A lot of us are going through this same thing at exactly the same time. So let's get out in group and let's talk about it and figure out why we're stalling. For each of us, it's a different reason, but we can play detective together, right? Together we have all the tools to figure it out. So let's start a discussion in group about that and how we're going to deal with that. Let's do that together. The D word. I know, right? The D word, the nasty old D word. Nobody likes that D word. And I swear, as soon as I hear it, I'm mad. Like, I don't even want to hear it. If somebody starts something out with, I've got this brand new diet, I'm like, you know what? Take your diet and put it somewhere interesting. And that's all Dori's going to say about that. Okay, what is the difference between coconut oil and MCT oil? MCT oil is refined coconut oil, the same way that ghee is refined butter. So they take most of everything out of it and condense it right down to the main oil. So a lot of people like MCT oil better because it has less odor and less flavor. So if you don't like the taste of coconut oil, you might prefer MCT oil. The cooking temperature isn't quite as high. I don't know that I would cook with it, but I like it in my coffee. I add it to my salads, things like that. I love MCT oil for that. Okay, Skinny Minnie, hi Linda. So nice to see you. Yeah, keto. I know, it's so bad. I literally, my whole entry video, I think it's like 1 minute and 28 seconds. It took me like 25 takes because I was so nervous. And I was all like, hi, I'm Dori. Welcome to my channel. You know, whether you know an awful lot about a ketogenic way of eating or you know nothing at all about a ketogenic way of eating, we're going to learn together. It was awesome. It's awesome. I leave it up because it shows who I am and it shows where I came from. Like that was only 11 months ago. Look at me now and think, would you ever imagine that I would mispronounce keto? Well, maybe if you knew I called Mega Maja, maybe you would. Maybe. I did that. You know what I did that? I did that to her face. Not only did I did that to her face, I did that to her face on live. And then I wasn't sure I said it wrong. So I approached her on another live where I was like, did I say your name wrong? And she was like, yeah, you did. And I was like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because I called you that to your face like 3 times and you didn't correct me. She was very gracious about it, but I think we probably won't be friends. Just saying. I still love you, but I have a feeling like I don't think you could be friends with somebody who's like, oh my God, I'm such a fan of yours, but I don't actually know your name. I don't think you could be friends with somebody like that. Just saying. Maybe I could, but she probably won't be. Just saying. Who doesn't hate diets, right? Cindy Winter says, I hate diets. Everybody hates diets. As soon as you say the word diet, nobody wants to be your friend. Like, nobody wants to stand in the circle with anybody who says the diet word. I'm just saying. Okay, so somebody else said MCT oil is medium chain triglycerides. That is definitely the sciencey answer. Yes, yes, yes. But that's it. It's the effective part of coconut oil. They break it down. They take out all the stuff. That's what that one is. Yeah, 3 whole days, 5 pounds, right? Like, come on. I eat healthy for 3 days. And don't even act like that's not real. Because I see people post that in groups all the time. And they're like, oh my God. So I've been eating keto for 6 days and haven't lost any weight yet. So I know it wasn't just me. Like, I'm so not the only person who thinks you can lose 5 pounds in 3 days. I know I'm not. Oh, Georgita says, I don't bother with losing pounds. I'm doing the keto lifestyle. Pounds and inches are coming off. I'm keto a year now. And yay, because you know what? That's the best way to do it. Honestly, just stressing out about not losing weight will keep you from losing weight because you're raising your cortisol levels and you can't lose weight when you're stressed out all over the place. Yeah, throw your scale in the corner. Mine broke and I'm in no rush to replace it. To be honest with you, it's been a really long time since I've weighed myself. I'm going to say probably, let me think, when was it? It was when Isaac did his 3-month challenge. At the end of that, the scale was broken and he went to the doctor to weigh himself. So I'm going to say probably about 3 months since I've weighed myself, but I just don't care because the scale lies to me always. Like, my scale will say I'm up 4 pounds, but I'm down a size. So I'm like, well, that's just stupid. That doesn't even make any sense. Everybody will message me and say, oh my God, Dori, you look like you've lost at least another 10 pounds. And I'll get on the scale and the scale will say, no, not only did you not lose weight, you gained 2 pounds. And I was like, whatever, I don't like you, scale. We're not friends. I don't like you. Amy says, yes, that she had to break the diet word too. And honestly, like, I don't think I can preach that enough to you guys. Like, and when everybody says keto's not a diet, and people get all up in arms and they're like, oh my God, diet just means the way you eat. Anybody can call it a diet. Anything's a diet. I just don't like the word. I don't like the word diet. I don't like the feelings it causes inside of me. I don't like, and it's nobody else's fault but mine. I made diet that word, right? We all made diet that word, but we all heard the jokes too. You can't have a diet without die in it. And as soon as I thought of it, I thought, oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm totally going to die. So bad. And now I just call it the way I eat. And I look forward to the day when everybody just calls it the way that everybody eats, because that'll be how it'll be one day. One day. Yeah, and that's it. Like, you gain 1 pound, lose a pound. Gain a pound, lose a pound. I started at 180. And I'm going to tell you this. This is what my weight loss looked like. 180, 182, 180, 182, 180, 182. I bounced that same 180, 182 for the first 6 months. 6 months, dude. Not 6 weeks, not 6 days, 6 months. For 6 months, I bounced between 180 and 182. And then one day I got on the scale and I was all of a sudden 170. And I was like, what? What is this whoosh magic? What is this? And I was 170. And I was like, oh my God, I'm totally doing it now. Look at me, I'm losing weight. Look, it took me 6 months, but I'm doing it. Oh my God, yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And then guess what happened? Wait for it. Guess what happened? 170, 172, 170, 172, 170, 172. And I did that for 3 months, 4 months. Months. Oh dear God, months. And I thought, what am I doing wrong? Why am I doing this wrong? How could I be doing this wrong? I'm doing what I did last time. And last time I lost 10 pounds. And I just kept plugging along. 70, 72, 70, 72. And then all of a sudden I was 165. And then I was 160. And then I was 150. And right now I'm 145. But every single one of those jumps, every single one, it's taken me a year and a half to lose 35 pounds. A year and a half. Almost, it'll be 2 full years in April. So it's taken me that long to lose 35 pounds. And every single time I bumped and bounced that same 2 pounds back and forth and back and forth. And that's when I quit with the scale, because I was like, I cannot handle feeling like I gained 2 pounds overnight when I know it doesn't make sense that I gained 2 pounds overnight. It doesn't make sense. I didn't eat enough food. I didn't do enough things. There's no way I gained 2 pounds overnight. And that's when I learned that keto is never an even loss. Like, you're not going to be like, oh my God, I lost 2 pounds this week and 1 pound next week and 3 pounds next week and 5 pounds next week. It's not going to be like that. For some people it is. I kind of hate those people a little bit. Not really, because I love everybody. But when I see that somebody gets like steady losses every single week, I'm like, oh, yay, you. Yay. And I'm like, but me, I just was like bounce. And it's frustrating because you feel like, you know what, you're in a sea of I'm never going to lose any weight anyways. And then all of a sudden you're 5 pounds down and you're like, yay, oh my goodness, I'm awesome. And then you bounce that for the next 3 months. So you really have to learn to get around feeling shitty when it's not working, because that's just the way our bodies work. I would love to say, oh, if you're doing all the things right, you're going to consistently lose. But I know from personal experience, oh dear God. Oh, the frustration. Because it doesn't. For some people it does, and it's awesome for them. Yay, you. But it didn't work that way for me. And I know less people it worked that way for than people it doesn't. Like, for most people, it doesn't work that way. Bottom line. And you know what? If you're in the final 50 club, if you're down to your last 50 pounds you want to lose, it's a brand new, whole new world, and it's a brand new battle. Everything is different. Everything you know about losing weight is different when you're close to goal. Because, man, it's so much harder. In the beginning, you're like, yay, look at me. I ate healthy. I ate good. And I'm losing weight like a crazy lady. And by the end, you're like, oh, but there's only 5 pounds left. And then you think, am I really being greedy to say, I want to lose 100 pounds, 95 wasn't good enough? And then you start to question yourself and think, well, you know what, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know. And there's just so many different things in there that make the end unique, because sometimes we have an unrealistic vision of what our end goal is as well, right? Like, just because I want to weigh a certain number doesn't mean I will. Keto will stop us at our healthy weight, right? Maybe our healthy weight isn't our imaginary goal weight. And for some of us, our imaginary goal weight, let's be honest, it's not realistic. Some of us want to weigh less than we did in high school in our 40s. So you kind of got to weigh that too. How realistic is my goal? How easy is it to stick to? It's easier to stick to a realistic goal because then you see some benefit. Candy says up and down 2 to 5 pounds, no clothing changes. Did a few eliminations for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. Okay, carnivore for 30 days. No sweeteners, lost 8 pounds, gained it back slowly. Still up and down 2 to 3 pounds. And that's normal too, especially if you're doing an elimination diet or a temporary fast. You might lose, 3 or 5 pounds, but then gain back a pound or 2 of it because it's not through your regular sustainable eating. But we're going to play detective and we're going to figure out what's going on with you. And then I would ask, how far have you come? How much weight have you lost? Your body might need some time to catch up and heal before you're losing any more according to the scale. And we have to allow for that too, guys. Like, keto is healing with a side of weight loss. You lose weight when your body is healthy and you're processing foods the way that you should and you're burning fat for fuel the way that our body should. We don't always get to see, the weight. But the things that we do see all the time is, the clarity, the lesser cravings, the better sleep, all of these things. Sometimes these are the only things we have to motivate us and pull us through. Like, I don't know why when I started for 6 whole months, I continued when I didn't lose weight. I don't know. I don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. The old me never would have. I can't lie. The old me never would have. Not in a million years. Not in a million years. Cindy says, thanks for putting a smile on my face. Always, darling. This is why we get together. Because you know what? It doesn't have to be so hard. And I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Keto can be as easy or as difficult as you want to make it. You can track everything. You can weigh everything. You can take everything down to the numbers. Or you can concentrate on good fats. You can eat clean foods. And you can just have fun. So there's everywhere in between, but it really doesn't have to be hard. And that's the thing I hear from people the most. Oh my God, Dori, everybody makes it sound so hard. I said I wanted to start keto and 6 of my friends started it and they're all jumping on me and telling me, this and that, and it's complicated and it's hard. And it really doesn't have to be, oh yeah, maga. It was a moment of glory in my lifetime. I'll tell you what, I am smooth. I'm smooth. I do that a lot. I say things wrong a lot. You have to love me anyways. That's my rules. Candy says, stress and depression must have me. Yep. Moved to a new town a year ago. 2 kids in college. Lonely and it's so hard. Yep. I'm a huge extrovert. My confidence has taken a hit. Yep. And it's hard. It's hard to get out of your comfort zone. It really, really is. I had a comfort zone where I lived. Now I don't know anyone and no family comes to see us for various reasons. Health, finances, 9 to 12 hours from them. I'll figure it out. Just never wanted to vent. Girl, that's what we're here for. Vent it out. Because you know what? As silly as it sounds, just saying it out loud, just getting it out loud, talking about it, putting it out on the page and saying, you know what? I am struggling. You'd be shocked how much better it will make you feel. Like in that moment when you don't want to say I'm struggling or I've eaten off plan or I'm having a hard time because you don't want people to judge you and, all the judgy things that judgy people do. And then when people come to you with support and love, it honestly, it helps. It does. And just knowing that somebody is there for you, that they care for you, that your problems matter to them, that helps relieve stress. And you know what? Bring it to group, baby. We don't mind. That's what we're here for. We talk keto, but we talk about all the other things too, because you can't have weight loss without discussing the other things. I'm sorry. I know there's lots of groups where they don't want you to talk about anything that's not a recipe or specifically keto related, but you can't, guys. You can't. If we don't look at it as a whole health, whole life process, we'll never be successful. And everything needs to tie in. What we eat, how we feel, our mindset, the support that we arrange around us, all of these things matter. They matter, and we need them. So you know what? Share it, baby girl. We're here and ain't nobody gonna judge you. I promise. I promise nobody's gonna judge you. And we'll figure it out. Tamara says, hi Dori, thanks for the laid back attitude and upbeat comments. I love you too, girl. Because you know what? That's it. Like, we've all been there, right? We've all been in the mean, nasty groups. I could spend all day long saying, that's not keto. That's not keto. Oh, don't you know anything about keto? Have you even researched keto? Everybody can do that. Like, dear God, trust me, the mean groups have proven anybody with a keyboard can be a douche like that. So I think if we find something that we love, it's our obligation to share it, right? Like, we found it. Is it fair to keep that from other people who just don't know, right? They don't know. They don't know that they can be happy and healthy and love their food and not be sick every day. I didn't know. I didn't know I could live my life and not be sick every day, not be depressed every day, not need to take muscle relaxants every day. And I'm going to overshare with you guys. I don't have to sit with my garbage can on my lap when I go to the bathroom anymore. Just saying. Like, that in itself is worth $1 million to me. $1 million. I don't throw up when I poop anymore. Just saying. Like, holy man, if you don't know what a gift that is, then I'll tell you, you don't understand. Let's see. Linda says, same with me. I love this way of eating. Ruth says, were you eating keto snacks then? Okay, so not processed anything, packaged keto snacks, because I didn't have access to them. I never learned about keto products until June when I went to KetoCon, and I got to meet some amazing people with groundbreaking products, and that was my first foray into like what I would call a product. I didn't really see them. I did buy that shake. I took it for 2 weeks. It didn't really do anything. I know now, even if I had been using a shake for weight loss, which debatable if they work for that or not, it wouldn't have worked anyways because I wasn't eating keto then. The lady I bought it from just said, oh, limit your carbs a little bit and don't change anything else and you'll totally lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. And I was like, aces. No wonder it's so expensive. So I didn't use any of those kinds of things. I'm limited to what products I can get because I'm in Canada. But I'll tell you what, I'm always on the hunt for good, clean products. And when I find them, and when I find good companies we can get from, I always post them and share with you guys. Some of them are even really generous and give us a discount link so we can save a little bit of money when we order them. Anyone who gives me a discount code, I always get the same. It's always unicorn. So if you, that way everybody knows, be a unicorn, save money. So if there's anybody that I post that I affiliate with that has a discount code that offers to you guys, it's always unicorn. I do have a list of them. I'll make sure I bring them up to the top of the group for you guys so you can see who does give us a discount. Currently, we get a discount from Alterna Sweets, and I love their ketchup. If you guys haven't tried it, my dear God, you have to. I never liked ketchup before their ketchup. We get a discount at Further Foods, and they are actually, they're in the Keto Summit Awards. They're nominated for #1 keto product. So I'm really rooting for them. They have great products. I have a couple of their collagen peptide samples as well, and I really love them. They are great. They give us a discount at Further Food. We get a discount at Keto Chow, and I have a couple of theirs. They do the meal replacement shakes. And you know what? I always said I would never drink a shake because of my surgery, but I won't lie. They made a liar of me. I fell in love with them. I love them. I do. And I never thought I would like shakes because they always taste proteiny. But we get a discount with them. Who else do we get a discount with? Sweet Monk Sweetener. If you guys have checked that out, it is a pure monk fruit liquid sweetener. We get a discount with them. And let me think. Who else? I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, yeah, another one. Bacon's Air. And they have pork rinds. We get a discount with them as well. So I'll make sure I post that so you guys can try them out and see. If you're in the States, there's a lot more available to you. A lot more available to you. Keto Crate is amazing if you're looking at trying out a variety of products. And they are just newly available in Canada. For September, I got my very first ever Keto Crate in Canada. And they're amazing, especially for somebody like me. I'm always leery to try new products because I'm like, am I going to like it? Am I going to don't like it? Do I want to spend my money on that? And the crate is awesome. It costs $45 and it just comes. Like, it's a little bit more or less depending on where you are shipping wise, but the crate itself is $40 plus shipping. So it costs me a little bit more to get it to Canada. I think it's only $5 shipping in the States, but they also offered us a $5 off discount code. So if you want to check out the Keto Crate and you want to get $5 off that, it's all capitals, Keto 5, and you'll get $5 off of the Keto Crate to try them too. So, and I liked everything that came in my Keto Crate last month, and I'm super excited for October's. As soon as it comes, we'll open it together and see what all the stuff is. We had great stuff last month, like holy man, and all products I hadn't tried before. There was nothing in my Keto Crate last month that I had tried before. So all the products were brand new to me, and I love that. Because, yeah, I just won't spend the money, guys. I won't lie. Not until I know I like it. If I try a product, I know I like it, I know it's worth my investment, I'll do it. But I'm so leery to buy new things, and it's probably not a good way to be. It's probably not. I'll admit that. I'm frugal. I'm frugal. I make most of everything. Okay. Yes, and the slower you do lose weight, the better it's going to be for you. Linda's pointing that out, and it's true. The slower you lose your weight, the more likely you are to maintain that weight loss long term as well. Okay, Angie says that's how I'm losing, and I hate the scales. It's taken 9 months to lose 22 pounds, and I'm thrilled, but it's annoying. And girl, you and me, we are sisters of the nasty scale, and it's how it goes. And I would love to say to you guys, oh my God, I lost all this weight in 3 months, but it didn't happen for me that way. It was slow, it was a struggle, and it was almost impossible to stay motivated some days. Like, I won't lie, some days I thought, you know what, this isn't working. Maybe I'll just go back. And then I'd be like, well, that wasn't really working either, was it? So I just never went back. Crystal says she's 10 months and 20 pounds. And that's awesome. Like, when somebody says I've only lost 20 pounds, I'm like, are you only kidding me? Are you only kidding me? Do you know how much only 20 pounds is? If you only gain 20 pounds, you only want to kill yourself. Like, I know every time I gain 20 pounds, okay, so maybe I shouldn't say this out loud. It's not that healthy. But every time I gained 20 pounds, I did contemplate killing myself because I was like, oh dear God, I can't live like this. And somebody always promised me if I got that fat, they would harpoon me. And nobody ever did. So, you know that. We all said it. If I ever get that fat, please do something about it. Like, it was mean, but we all said it. And then nobody did it. Let's be honest. I got way too fat. Linda says, same as you, up and down, up and down, up and down. No weight in over 3 months, but losing inches, right? And all day long, I'm going to say if I look thinner, if I feel thinner, nobody's going to put me on the scale and be like, oh, you don't weigh that. While we're talking about that, is that not the reason why we all lied on our driver's license? Let's be honest, ladies. Hold up your hands. I know I am not the only one who lied about my weight on my driver's license. And I justified it because they don't actually want to know how much I weigh. They want to know how much I look like I weigh. You shut up. You don't know. I was 290 pounds, but I only looked like 200. So I could just totally say I was 200 pounds. You don't know. You don't know. And why? Like, why would I even lie on my driver's license? It's stupid. It's stupid. But it was because I didn't want people looking at my driver's license and going, oh, wow, she's almost 300 pounds. Like, I wanted them looking at it going, wow, she carries that 200 pounds pretty good. I lied. I don't know why I lied. It was stupid. Linda says she's 15 pounds away from goal weight. Yay! It's going to be brutal, girl. I love you. We got this, though. It's slow and steady, baby girl. Slow and steady wins that race. Helene says, I was 105 in high school, and I'd be happy to be 140, right? We need to be realistic. For me, I'm already smaller than I was in high school. I was 175 in high school, and I'm 145 now. Like I'm literally 30 pounds under my high school weight. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't think I weighed this as a child, to be honest with you, as a child. Oh, Sherry Davis says, on my last 20 pounds going very slow. And it is, girl. I almost feel like we need to start like a final 50 or a final 40 or a last mile group or something like that. Something in group where we can just all talk about that last little bit, because it's so different than in the beginning. Wow. Crystal Hastings says, a healthy life is mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. We are one whole person. And that's true. You cannot heal one part of your life and not heal the rest. And that's why we're doing it all around the board. You know, we talk a little bit about everything. We talk a little bit about self-esteem. We talk a little bit about emotional issues. We talk about binge eating. We talk about food addictions. We talk about all of these things. We talk about, you know, keto in our love life. Come on, we may as well do the good stuff too, right? Terry says, most won't listen, but I keep talking to encourage everyone. And that's it. You know what? All we can do is put our light out there. And there are two kinds of people in this world. There are people who will take the light that we give them and it shines through them and they share it with everyone around them. And you think, I'm so glad I inspired you to inspire the people around you. And there are people who absorb light and they just turn it nasty no matter what you do. We all know those people. We all have those friends. And they say things like, oh, if you think your life is bad, wait till you hear what happened to me. And it doesn't matter how positive we are. We can't help everybody, right? We can only help the people who want our help and want our positivity. And 1,000,000% we give that out every chance that we can. Christy says, I'm certainly not at goal weight. I'm still around 250. My hair is falling out like crazy. I've been told up my protein and take biotin supplements. I've done the biotin before. Hang on. I'm concerned about the protein increase being too much for my weight loss. I've already been stalled at least 3 weeks. I cut out all sweeteners and all nuts this week to see if that helps. Okay, so the hair loss. This one is debatable. I've heard a couple schools of thought on this one. Dr. Ken Berry, he says it doesn't have anything to do with keto. He said, girl, it's not keto. I love you, it's not keto. He said that if you're losing your hair, it's because of something else that's going on. I've heard other people say you can put your body into shock and have temporary hair loss. I know when I had my surgery, that certainly happened, and I lost half of my hair. It did eventually grow back. The majority of people that I hear that have issues with losing hair on keto, it usually levels out and stops on its own. If it doesn't, it could be something in your macros. Adding extra protein may or may not be the answer. For most people, I find it's actually the fat. as weird as it sounds. They're not getting enough fat. It's not usually the protein, it's usually the fat. So let's see. Terry says, I think the crew that works with me are slowly changing and my results are convincing. And you know what? That's it, guys. Like, it took a full year before anyone in my family went, oh, maybe I might like to eat a little keto-esque, keto-ish. Low carb if it fits your macros, dirty keto. But it took a year of people around me seeing what I do, seeing how I live, seeing how I enjoy my food, seeing that I go out, I have fun with my friends, I still dine out, I still do all of these things. So leading by example, 1,000,000% is the way to go. Ruth says, my problem is that I'm eating too many keto meals and snacks in a day. Okay, so I'm going to say the answer to that one is up your fats. Either you're bored eating or you're eating because you're actually hungry. If you're eating because you're hungry, up your fats. If you're eating because you're bored, get busy. Get busy doing something else. Now, for me, I eat 2 snacks and 1 meal in a day. Technically, I'm kind of OMAD-ish. But with my bariatric surgery, I can't compress it all into one window. But I have what I would call a small snack in the early afternoon, my dinner in the early evening, and a small snack in the later evening. So I'm only eating technically 1 solid meal and 2 small snacks in a day. But I saw on a page where somebody recommended for bariatrics to eat 3 meals and 2 snacks. And I was like, 5 times a day, that's too much. Eating 5 times a day is too much. And I used to on the standard American diet. Remember when they told us you had to eat 6 meals a day to lose weight? Remember? I remember that one. That was my favorite lie, just saying. Angie says, it's so good to know she's not alone. Oh, hello, Jennifer. She says it's her first time watching Am I Strict or Dirty Keto? I will say that I don't really care for either of the terms, but I would call what I do, I don't know, I call it fun keto. I don't track. I did track for the first 2 months to get an idea of portions and how much I should eat. Now I just focus on getting my fats first, eating clean foods, and having my treats and snacks kind of a little bit more sporadically. When I started, it was a lot of treats, a lot of snacks, a lot of mug breads, a lot of fathead dough, a lot of fat bombs, that kind of stuff. And if you need them to pull you through to transition, by all means, all day long, eat them, make them, have them. But now I don't really crave them so much. I only want sweets once a month. So I guess by that definition, I'm dirty keto because I don't track. Or lazy keto, I guess they call that. But I just don't like the way they call it, dirty and lazy. And I'm like, I'm not dirty or lazy. I'm just not stressed. I'm not dirty. I'm not lazy. I just don't want to track everything. So I don't track. So I guess that's the answer to that one. Oh, hello, Nicole. She said it's the first time watching me too. Hello, Miss Nicole. It's so nice to see you. So I have not been at this a real long time either. I did my very first live on Facebook December of last year. December. So I'm relatively new at sharing my story. So is Nancy. We started right around the same time. Between October and December is when all of our social media started. So I want to encourage you guys. If you have a story, you want to share a story, you want to help people, you want to inspire people, start a group and do it. Start a group and do it. You will learn what you need to learn along the way, and it's the best experience you could ever have. I don't even know what to say. Starting a keto group and starting to do this changed my life. Really did. Okay, Jennifer says, I've lost 35 pounds since starting in February. Starting to lose so much hair, both falling out in small clumps and breaking off since the last part of August, and I'm getting worried. So let's do a specific live about hair loss. Let me reach out to the community and let me get as many different opinions as we can, and let's piece it together. Because I didn't have any hair loss with keto, the same as I didn't have keto rash. So I don't have any personal experience to share with you, but I'm going to say enough of you guys are dealing with it. Let's just figure it out. I'll get on the go. I'll figure out who's got the knowledge. Let's get some lives going. Let's ask some questions and let's just figure it out, because everybody sort of has a different opinion. Let's figure out our opinion. I'll start hunting on that one for us, because I think we need to. Angie says, I'm watching in South Australia. Yay! Getting ready for work. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you spend your time getting ready listening to me. I love you guys. Candy says, so thankful for these two groups, Nancy and Dori, because I can share these struggles, and I'm so grateful. And yes, girl, share it. That's literally why we started our groups, because we were tired of the mean groups. Nancy and I met in a mean group. If you guys don't know that, that's how I met Nancy. We met in a really mean Facebook group. I think, oh dear God, it's like the worst group in the world. But that's where we met. So, you know what? I'm grateful to have been there, to have found Nancy. I can't get over the hungry feeling all of the time. Okay, if you can't get over feeling hungry all the time, Nicole, that means you're not fat adapted yet. Okay? Now, that's going to take anywhere from a week to 3 weeks, and you'll know you're fat adapted when you're not starving all the time anymore. All of a sudden, you'll be like, oh my God, Dori, am I ever going to eat again? I'm just not hungry. So the way you get fat adapted is by focusing on your fats first. So everything you eat, you add your fat. If you're having a steak, you add a little bit of sour cream or butter or ghee. Get that fat in there. When you're having your veggies, add olive oil, add bacon fat, add sausage grease, add your fat. So that will keep you full. Once you get to the point where you're not starving anymore, that's when we can start things like intermittent fasting. Cindy wants to know, what kind of snacks do I eat? To be honest, for the most part, I do quick, easy, lazy, cheap. Quick, easy, lazy, cheap. So I do things like pepperoni chips. I will take assorted mixed nuts and I'll season them up, and I'll do seasoned nuts. I'll do sweet nuts. I recently created a recipe for a keto popcorn substitute. I love that. That's my new favorite snack. Hands down, baby. And that one is super easy to make. It's basically just a meringue that has a popcorn flavor in it. You whip up the meringue and pipe it out and bake it for 20 minutes. So that one I love. That's quick and easy. Mug cakes, 90-second breads, always easy peasy, quick. I love to make things like Jello gummies. I make fat bombs once in a while. But usually I don't specifically make fat bombs unless I want something. The other day, I took a little bit of raw cacao butter, a little bit of unsweetened chocolate, melted it together, threw some nuts in, called them fat bombs. And it's usually just when I'm hungry for like a bite of things. So I'm going to quick scroll the rest. It's 3 o'clock and I got to run out and grab my brother. I'm from Canada. I'm in Alberta. You're right. You guessed so right. Oh, girl, you're so smart. I am. I'm in Alberta, Strathmore, Alberta, which is just outside of Calgary, if you guys are familiar with Calgary at all. Okay, and Cheryl says, from the end of March when I started to July, I lost 40 pounds, but since then I've been up and down the same 10 pounds and reached 50 on Sunday. Hopefully I can keep it off and start working on my next 10 pounds. Woo! And you know what, guys? As a closing thought, I would say that. Do you know what? Slow and steady wins the race all day long. We're going to get there. We are going to get there. And you know what? When you see all the stories blasted everywhere, I lost 20 pounds, I lost 60 pounds, I lost all this. It may or may not have happened like that for them too. So be gentle with yourselves, be kind with yourselves, treat yourself like your own best friend, and know that it's time to stop beating ourselves up about not losing weight like we think we should, when we should, in the time we should. Because it doesn't work like that, right? If all the other ideas we had about food and dieting were wrong, maybe that one's wrong too. So we probably will sit down and do another short live in the evening, because I don't feel like we covered everything today. I mean, we sat here for an hour, but I feel like we really have a lot more things to cover today. So when I get back later in the evening, we'll sit down, we'll do maybe just another quick half an hour together so we can get, and I want to hit on some beginners keto questions. When I ran into my mailman yesterday, he is just getting started. So I know there's a lot of new people that are coming to us that are just getting started. So let's get together this evening and let's just talk Keto 101. So if you're just starting, if you know somebody who's just getting started, let's hop in, let's help them, let's get everybody started. And then once we get through getting started, let's talk a little bit more about getting through those stalls. So let's get together a little bit later. We're going to dance out our taco song. And then I got to go get my brother. And then we will hang out a bit again later. But I love the taco song. And it's Tuesday, baby. And we were taco bouting it. See you guys later.